Peter Criss recruits Billy Sheehan, John Five, and Paul Schaefer for a new hard rock solo album. This is the Rock and Roll Weatherman. My name is Sean Morrison, and yes, this is interesting news because a lot of the Peter Criss solo albums were never hard rock, really. Maybe when he played in his band Criss back in the 90s, that was more towards rock, but it's going to be released in the fall with the album being co-produced by Barry Pointer. And Peter Criss is 79 years old, and there's nothing wrong with that. If he could play the drums and go in there and perform a great show, I'm not going to complain about that as well. It would be interesting to hear what the music is going to sound like. Julian Gill, who's a famed historian and has been running the KissFAQ.com website since the mid-90s, released a video from Peter in which the drummer said, "I have an announcement. I have my new rock and roll album to you, Kiss Army guys, come out in the fall, and I really hope you like it." Man, I want to say God bless to each and every one of you. And he also stated that it is a hard rock kick-ass album co-produced by Mr. Barry Pointer, who has worked with Mr. Ozzy Osbourne, Marilyn Manson, Fred Corey, Steve Stevens, amongst others, and of course, Mr. John Five. You know, John Five replaced Mick Mars in Motley Crue. I'll give it I'll give it the credit where it's due. John Five is a great guitar player, but I'm not really a fan of Motley Crue anymore. But that's my personal opinion. And he was honored to listen to the album at Peter's studio with him last night. And it was absolutely amusing to hear this, absolutely amazing to hear this new music. It was vibrant and powerful. He's excited for it to be released. And he thinks Kiss fans are going to love this album. And his drum sound is absolutely massive, and his vocals are powerful. And that the production of Barry Pointer is stunning, and he's got an incredible group of musicians, Peter, and background vocalists behind him. Billy Sheehan, as you would expect, delivers incredible, perfect, and spectacular bass lines, and he and Peter are locked in so tight, it's amazing, according to Mr. Gill. Friends, if you're not subscribed to the Sean Morrison YouTube channel, please do so. Everyone else that's subscribed, we thank you very much for the continued love, honor, and support. It is greatly appreciated. Peter is going to be definitely doing more in-depth interviews closer to the release date in the fall of this solo album. The date hasn't been announced. The first single hasn't been announced, and no label has been announced. And the last solo album Peter Criss release was One for All in 2007, when Peter introduced Peter produced the album himself. So Paul Schaefer is from the David Letterman show. That name did sound familiar. I'm just trying to figure out where I remember the name from. But will Peter Criss come out of retirement to perform? Because in 2017 he was supposed to be his last performance. You never say never. I'm not going to knock him for doing it, but because he has new music coming out, which is pretty cool. So friends, what do you think about original Kiss drummer Peter Criss releasing a new hard rock solo album in the fall of 2025 with Billy Sheehan, John Five, and Paul Schaefer? Your thoughts, friends? Shame, shame, shame.